Yo, what's good with you, baby? It's your boy Cali Wave. Logan Paul is on a complete, when I say complete damage control right now. If you don't know what's going on with the whole crypto zoo thing, CoffeeZilla completely exposed it. It was a sham. A lot of creators do this exact same thing. They promote a different crypto program or NFT. They get some money and they be gone. Okay, and it was nothing different. He's saying that it's different now and they're still working on it. We're gonna see what happens. But if you also don't know, Logan went at his boy George, right? I mean, completely went at him. A few weeks ago, George had walked off a podcast with a comedian because George kind of felt some kind of way. George is religious, George is Christian, which is awesome. A lot of us are in other religions, right? And Logan maybe he is an atheist or something else. I don't really know. Because basically on another podcast, George was talking about his religion, and Logan just completely went at him. He completely went at him for no reason. Like, especially if it's your boy, bro. Your boy's faith is his faith. He said he went through a hard time in his life. Faith helps a lot of people get through it, no matter if you believe in it or not. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't believe, some people believe. Like, bro, just like the realest ones is people who leave you alone. Like, hey, your beliefs, your beliefs. You're my friend. That's what it is. He completely went at him. He basically like tried to. He basically used his platform, right, to cut the clip how he wanted it and go at George how he wanted to. Now, after CoffeeZilla and the rest of the world was kind of like, I'm assuming somebody in this PR team said, "Hey, Logan, like, you want to be an actor, you want to be bigger, you want to be famous, bro." A lot of people, I understand if you dance with the devil in the industry, but a lot of people believe in God, bro. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you don't believe, that's fine, but to discredit someone else that's a problem. That's where the problem comes in. So we're about to watch this clip where the first thing Logan says is sorry. Come on, bro. Like, now you a little bit because he sees it's coming full circle. You know what I mean? It's coming full circle, and now that he's down, now he feel like, oh man, I gotta right some wrongs. Like, I don't think in any other circumstances he would have apologized. I think he's doing it because it's damage control time. That's exactly what's happening.
From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Um, my attitude towards you on that episode and my belittlement of your beliefs was not appropriate at all. Not as a podcast host, especially not as a friend. I had made the mistake of assuming that the part represents the whole in terms of the intolerance that does exist in your religion.
Your religion, bro.
Every Christian I know, pretty much, is incredibly warm, loving, accepting, and forgiving, including my devout mother. And I also recognize that it's a source.
Woo! There you go, my devout mother. Come on, bro. Then what's the cap, bro? Like, why be on the internet? Why be on the internet doing all of this? Man, I don't believe in that bull crap. And then, you know what I mean? And now, man, everybody's warm. My mom, I had a great mom. Everything was great. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't been in Hollywood that long, bro. Like, stop, bro. Stop. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy how people try to flip the script. Now, I want to go back and I want to retract my statements. Everything I said was cap. And the boy Mike over there with the Travis Scott's on, not saying a word. The thing is you can say what you want to say, right? You can say what you want to say, but the truth is this: I feel like Mike don't speak up because Mike feel like he got to keep that role as Logan's best friend. When really Mike should have been like, "Hey, hold on, wait, bro. Like, Mike always talk about how he got away from drugs and how he came into the person he is now, and it's like, come on, bro. What do you think programs teach? They teach faith. You know what I mean?
Of so much hope and purpose for people, and it was wrong to be dismissive of that. I do want to say the following, though, because it's important to me. Yes, I do think it's a shame that the scripture says homosexuality is a sin. I don't agree with that.
Okay, bro. Yes, the scripture says homosexuality is a sin. Does that mean that homosexual people don't exist? No, they've existed since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? They've existed since Sodom and Gomorrah. They've existed since the very beginning, bro. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's a reason that God doesn't want things. Not that humans don't listen. We don't listen. There's a reason that He doesn't want certain things. Um, and I'm assuming in the very beginning, when there was like almost no population on Earth, yes, in the beginning, bro, like, yeah, I really can't have guys with guys and girls with girls, because the thing is, you guys won't repopulate. And if you guys just don't pair off, then you die. And the whole point of my creation is done. That's it. Now we live in a new age where people populate in multiple different ways. People freeze eggs. It's just a lot of stuff you could do. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of stuff you could do. Also, there's a lot of theories on an Adam and Eve being one being, which it says in the Bible, right? She was made from his rib, and that, and that's how the souls were split and soulmates were made. And yeah, maybe there's a possibility that creation is different now, right? Maybe souls are born into different bodies, and it is what it is. Your soul ties are different. You have different soul ties. Maybe it's upbringing. It could be multiple different things, man. I have multiple gay, lesbian, LGBTQ friends, and I think everyone's story is different. And a lot of people still want kids, and a lot of people still want kids with the opposite sex. I know gay men who are like, man, I would love to have a baby with a woman still. You know what I mean? And I know trans, right? Trans women who, trans from men who would still want a baby, you know what I mean? With the opposite. And I know lesbian women who really aren't interested in man, but they still want to have a baby in the natural way. So it's, you know what I mean? You can't disagree with a whole book because of one scripture, man. Everything's not going to be as we believe it or as we see it now. It's going to be different, dude. Like, that's the point. It's subjective. It's different, subjective. I guess we look at it differently, you know what I mean? But, it is what it is. Like, I don't think nothing's going to be exactly how we want it, bro. The world is changing at a constant. And the truth is, we want the world to fit us in our lifestyles, and we don't want to fit it, you know?
Yes, I do think it's a shame that the scripture says worshiping any other deity than Jesus is a sin. I don't agree with that.
That's another hard one right there. Like, worship in any other deity. I mean, Jesus really don't tell you to worship him, bro. He tells you to worship the Father. In most all of religions, there is one true God. And there's a creator God in every single religion. I think in Christianity, as well as Judaism, or even Muslims, right? In most one God religions, yeah, your God doesn't want you worshiping lesser gods or angels or anything else, right? And or before him is what I believe it does say in the scripture. Don't worship any of the false idols, or don't worship them before him, right? Don't put anything above him. He's saying, like, listen, I created you. Maybe there's some other things that exist in the cosmos, in the universe, that he created, you know what I mean? Or she, or whatever being, you know what I mean? Or that came to be as well. But he's saying, like I'm the one that created you guys, so I don't know what else would you worship? Huh? What we talking about, Logan? What else? Who else are you? What? You don't put anything above him. What are you worshiping, bro? The almighty dollar?
As you know, I also don't believe it's an incredibly progressive practice to deny scientific evidence and evolution in favor of creationism.
Okay. So Logan is a scientist. This I didn't know. I didn't know. I look at religion as, as God being a ultimate scientist. No matter whatever God that is, if it's the God of Abraham, or if it's the God of anyone for that matter. You know what I mean? It's a scientist, dude. Whatever it is, like evolution, like, bro. If you ever look up Neil deGrasse, and like, man, just looking into that stuff, like, it's crazy how perfect they're saying everything had to be created. Like, just right. If anything was off just a little bit, we wouldn't exist, or we wouldn't exist in the form that we exist. So I think it's kind of a more bland life to doubt the the existence of a higher being and to think, like, what are you thinking? Do you think that we're it? You know what I mean? Because like I mean I'm sure there's a vast universe with or galaxy with multiple different entities and creatures that exist that were probably created by the same if or different um deities. But I'm sure there's one true one at least that created us, right?
And I have a right to believe what I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which again, as you know, is in a God,
Mm.
like a higher power, universal energy, creator, whatever you want to call it. Um, and while the God that I believe in might not be the same as yours or Mike's or anyone in this room, the point is we all believe something. And no matter how much conviction as individuals we have that our truth is the truth, at the end of the day, nobody knows. However,
Facts.
my angst towards the parts of organized religion that I don't agree with was directed solely at you. And that was not fair. But if your character and your belief system is rooted in positivity and it gives you purpose in this incredibly confusing and difficult world, it deserves respect. And I know how loving you are, and I respect you. And I'm sorry, bro. I fucking love you.
I love you too. And apology 100,000% accepted.
Yeah, I gotta keep getting his money, bro.
I was gonna ask for a hug, but that's so
Here's the. I'll end it with this. Whether your God to be true or whether my God to be true, a greater power gave us free will. So I'm never gonna strip it from you. Speak your heart, speak your mind. Same with me, and that's all I fight for.
Yes,
is because
George.
You have takeaways that I could grow from, and I have takeaways you could grow from.
Yes,
and if
George.
we could just do the journey together instead of bumping heads and just really respect each other, as now we see and now we're capable of doing, the journey becomes beautiful. Same journey. It just now there's no animosity or like weirdness. Like regardless, and I feel bad for saying this, regardless of the situation that happened, it's made our relationship, in my eyes, a lot stronger.
as it always does.
It always will, George.
Yeah,
It always will. And that's why, again, like, I think a lot of people maybe shy away from those conversations with their friends or even are afraid to check their friends like you guys do often to me. And
Yes, check his ass. Man, somebody give George his flowers, bro. George stood on his conviction, bro. He didn't fold. He didn't let the industry do what it do to people. You know what I mean? He stayed on it, and he's like, "Listen, no matter which one, we still together. We still together, bro."
especially in that episode,
You're real,
Uh,
George.
I'm not. And I value my circle and my friendships that I have number one in my life. It's the most important thing to me. I'm blessed with the people I have around me. I made a 2022 year in review video that I didn't post. Fuck. It was called 2022 was the best year of my life.
You gotta stop making these fucking videos, bro.
No, because it really was. It really was. 2022 was the best year of my life. It didn't necessarily end the way I wanted it to, but I'll sleep in that bed and I'm going to release it. But I even say in it, my circle is like one of the things I'm most thankful for in my life, and has yielded an amazing life for me. And I'm so grateful for you guys. And I will always have the tough conversations with you, as you know, because I know the type of mending and growing they can do for two people who love each other. And I would encourage any person to have those tough conversations with their friend. We had one today, bro. We had a tough ass conversation today. we did it. And we got through it. And guess what? You're right.
When I had to deliver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
As long as it's always done with respect. I mean, even like as far as the statement on you know, we're all in agreement that you know, we've been put here by a higher power, which obviously I agree with, and I'm in the same boat as you. But
yes,
there's even
exactly.
a whole shitload of
That's right. Mike is in the same boat as George, bro.
people out there that
He went
believe
through it.
otherwise from that don't believe in any kind of higher power. And as long as you have a conversation with those people with respect
Respect,
and with
bro.
love, then that
Respect.
belief set is even okay. No one's trying to force anything down each other's throats. We're all just trying to coincide and coexist together and be cool and share love with each other and share this planet.
Amen.
My fire comes from when I feel intolerance being perpetuated.
And I get that. I understand that. And I think that if you had done a better job calling it out in a manner that wasn't disrespectful to George, or by the way, even in a more important manner, lumping everybody together into that same acceptance or promotion of intolerance, then that would have been accepted. I mean, look at it, for example, like you've got
He's a real one, bro. Mike finally spoke up. He's a real one. So the gist of it is this, man. I'm gonna be completely honest and clairvoyant with people. In the year 1999, I guess I was 9 or 10 or something like that. My mom and them had a conversation. My mom and mine had a conversation. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were in from California to we left California, came to Missouri for the summer because they did real estate. During this summer, it was a lot of talk. The world's gonna end. You know what I mean? The year 2000, Y2K. Um, at that time, I remember ear hustling, hearing my mom and my aunt. They both grew up. They grew up Catholic. They converted to Christianity, and were non-denominational Christians or whatever. Didn't claim a certain denomination, like Baptist or whatever. You know what I mean? And they said this, and this stuck with me, and I hope it sticks with you if you made it to the end of this video. One, subscribe. That's not what they said, but I just gotta say that. What they said was this: what happens if the world ends? You know, they were like, what happens if the world ends and we chose the right God, right? We chose the right religion. So we go to heaven. And what if the Buddhists, the Buddhist monks, and whomever else, right, who prayed to different gods or practiced different religions, but were good people, right? Overall good people, don't go to heaven. What if they don't go to heaven? You know what I mean? What if that means because they chose the wrong thing, because their parents, because of the culture they grew up into, they were introduced to something different, but they were still a good person, right? They don't go they don't go to heaven. What if they don't go to heaven? You know what they said? That's not a heaven that I want to be in. And that's the realest thing, and that has always stuck with me. And I believe the same to be true for people who choose different lifestyles, right? If that's in your soul, then that's in your soul. Who am I to say what is in your soul? I am no one. You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, people have that, oh, only God can judge me thing, because that is the one true problem with religion, is that it does not matter. The only thing that matters is their creator. Whoever it may be, however it may be. The only thing that matters is creator, and the only thing that matters truly is right and wrong. And right is right. And people that live righteous, good lives, no matter what God they choose to or not to follow, I believe should have that same opportunity to bask in everlasting life. Because that would be technically right. And if you really technically think about it, God is so, if you believe in God, God is so powerful, he doesn't need the praise of man. He's created a vast universe with infinite beings and angels that praise to him at a constant. So what are people praises? And I'm sure if a good person dies and they see, oh, wait, this is that God, he is real. Okay, hey. I'm sure they're not going to disrespect them. They're like, hey, thank you for everything. Because you still made it possible. Just because I didn't know your proper name or the proper way to follow you in life doesn't mean I can't follow you forever in afterlife. Anyways, subscribe.